And with the little thingy the game always does, it makes it even harder to even just get on the track normally.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be disabled when you're in the sand.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass to deal
Although
with.
the racing line was a bit horrendous. I mean, getting off the racing line with all the marbles around.
Yeah.
As for Sly, you did actually alright with your steering wheel issues, yeah, I think.
Yeah, I got up to 7th, and then obviously you overtook me because of my steering problems. But yeah, I've done well to finish 8th, really. Went in the gravel trap about 3 or 4 times when it started raining. And I just managed to finish 4 seconds before Mr. Bojangles.
Yeah, I think us after when the rain started, myself, Sly, and Bojangles were having so much issues because me and Bojangles basically made the wrong call by going on to Inters, like straight from the right. So we had to do a lap of that before we could get in again. We lost a crazy time that made Sly caught up and actually get in front of us. I was a little bit behind Bojangles, but on the wets I was slowly able to catch up, and I was just trying to take it easy, not mingle with that fight in front of me, if at all possible. That worked alright, and then, yeah, when the track started drying I made alright calls, but everything before that, my race was kind of poopy. I was actually kind of surprised to see Palin in 5th, because I...
Actually...
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was actually quite surprised because at one stage you were actually lapping faster than me.
Yeah, I started out great. I had in the first stint I had a great fight with Isofab. Had to fight him a long time, you know. But I had better top speed, so he couldn't pass me on the long straight, and everybody else on track didn't have any problems. But suddenly at lap 10, which I wasn't expecting, my tires were already shit. So I started sliding. I think I spun went off the track a few times, and that made me drop a few places back. And from there, you know.
Tire wear was
fun.
a problem on that track.
Yeah, the tire wear was much worse than I expected, which I totally underestimated. I just didn't see it coming, and yeah, I lost major time to that. So
in a way, though, that tire wear kind of helped me. In a way, it helped me because glue. It was rain that always kept on getting away a little bit after getting closer to the end of stints. It was always pushing those tyres a little bit extra, and I was always jumping in 2 laps, 3 laps before him, and that undercut always helped me just get straight back in front of him too easy.
Yeah. Basically, I was having fun up and after the first stint, and after that, I wasn't really enjoying myself.
Maximus was sliding everywhere. I was a lap behind, but he was in front of me, then behind me, then in front of me, then behind me.
Yeah.
It was amazing that we didn't touch.
The thing is, which I didn't really seem to like, because everywhere. I heard you complain about rain a little bit. How the front guys how we're acting with the blue flags, because come on, when you're on the red track, I'm not going offline in the middle of a corner. I can't do that.
That's it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it, I'll slow down a little bit for you on the straight and take me there.
Yeah.
And I've got 3 sectors to let them pass. It's 3 flags in each sector, so I've got a whole lap to let them pass. So, but they was just trying to come up on the inside of me, you know. Yeah, they're touching me, barging me off.
Too impatient, basically.
Yeah. Thinking that one blue flag, I've got to get out of the way, which is not right.
No, that's.
I think though it was a little bit unfortunate though, because the way we caught up to you guys was with literally 5 laps remaining, and it was literally the top 5 people racing for positions for the podium.
Yeah.
So the pressure was on.
Because they were making all the mistakes, and once the track was wet and I sort of got into a groove and it was drying, I got even better. Even on drying live, and I was doing great.
Yeah.
I was being pretty competitive, but yeah, by then I was already like a lap behind of most of these guys, so it's pointless to drive faster laps. I was actually doing high mix on the dry line.
Yeah. Completely.
One thing I've learned from this race
for me until the rain.
Yeah.
Like Amin and Gluteus and I were, like we were saying before, we were trading position for the first 43 laps or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Basically, it was really exciting though. I'm gonna upload the video so you can take a look. But we were all doing about the same pace, and I realized about after the first pit stop, or halfway through the first stint, it was really just going to come down to strategy at the end. If it didn't rain, it was looking really cool to see who had the best strategy going in. I felt really confident because the last stint coming up, I knew that they had to get their primes. So, and I was just going to do options all the way out. So I was like looking good. I'm like, sweet, I know exactly how long these tires will last, and I'll be good to go. And then it was all over. Hit the gravel three times. Had to back out, and the race was done for me.
Yeah, I actually unlapped myself with you. I think I unlapped everybody except Preyst.
Yep.
Once I got on the slick tires again. So
yeah.
Basically everybody the top.
Yeah, my biggest problem was
the top four. Like everybody from place number 2 to place number 5, or even Rain maybe, I don't know, just lost a lot and shuffled a lot around on that drying track.
Right.
I think Preyst probably did it pretty much flawless. And, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I had a few moments myself.
Yeah,
I was no little angel driving sensibly. I was making a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
And especially on that last lap, I was seeing that I was actually, funny enough, going for the fastest lap on the last lap, but I made a stupid mistake. I ran a little bit wide and then I eventuate. Because I wanted that little extra, stat to be there, but...
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, it was the dry line was okay for me. It was just that on the first turn, where the dry line was, that's not my normal line I take.
Yeah,
I
racing
take
line.
It really tight. Yeah. I keep it really close to the inside and just downshift as I'm turning, and it just it turns in really nicely. So the first 2 times I came to the first turn, I was going in way too hot, and then I went to go on my line, not realizing the dry line goes to the outside, and it was over. I was off twice, I think, in the first turn.
Now, it was a bit dodgy on the first few laps because most of the corners had a dry line through them, but then there were a couple of corners where you couldn't actually see the dry line on the corner because of the sun glare.
Exactly, going up the right before the long right-hand sweeper, before the back straight.
Into the back straight, yes.
Yeah, when you take that left right before it, I couldn't see where the dry line was, and I made that mistake too once. I spun out there just because I couldn't see the dry line.
All in all, though, it's
very tough day.
For me personally, first half race was very intense. A bit disappointing that I wasn't up there, but then when the rain came, which is what I was hoping for, hallelujah,
like, yes.
It just flipped on its head. Yeah, it really did.
Very, very long race for those last, 15 laps or something it was.
Yeah, I felt 10
Those
years
laps
older
just
after
went
those
so
last 10
quickly,
laps.
So quickly, because it was so entertaining.
Wait till you see my race. I was screaming on my microphone like the whole time.
Yeah, I was not happy as well, mate. Which Sly and Preyst would have heard, because I was in a chat with those two.
Yes.
Yes.
You wouldn't want to hear mine. I'd be annoying you, so...
I was becoming so frustrated, like, oh fuck no, why is this happening to me all the time?
Especially when I'm like, I'm in the top 3, like, it's all going to come down to strategy at the end. We're battling back and forth, pulling the same lap times. I'm like, okay, sweet. And then just like my heart got torn out.
Yeah, what I do like is though that everybody though does hang in there. Nobody like just drops out of the session because they're not doing well.
Right.
That's it.
Oh, there's always points to be had.
Exactly.
All the points will add up to the end.
Exactly. Actually, I mean, I was feeling pretty shit about my chances, but I still managed in 7th. And like, all right.
Exactly.
It's better than what I thought when I was halfway in the race. So I was really
I
enthused.
just bought a race with my steering wheel. I wasn't going to bother, but
well done, Sly.
I'm glad I did now.
Well done, Sly.
Indeed.
A lot of people wouldn't have, but I had to do it. I didn't have a reserve driver, so.
Right.
Well, I don't have the most reliable teammate.
Well done, Sly.
Because either he's getting kicked
Well
out
done,
of the
Sly,
game
'cause at
or
the
he's asleep.
That's what I was going to
Those
ask you.
4 points today.
Senti, did he even try to join the race?
No, I assume he's asleep because yesterday he was playing pretty much Daisy all day long. From like I work on a Saturday, so I wake up at around like 7:40. He was already playing. When I got back, he was still playing. When I was going to bed, he was still playing.
He was still playing last night.
He didn't even try to connect, huh?
No, I talked to chatted to him, but he hasn't even responded yet. So there you go.
So it just. I mean, you guys know him better than I do. I've rarely raced with him.
Yeah.
Does he drop from just normal races all the time, or?
Well, the last
Or is it
2,
just
3
this
races, I think, especially the pro races, he already got kicked out during qualifying in Melbourne and in Malaysia.
No, he's correct.
So
Yeah.
he has
Does he
issues.
have a connection issue? Say if he tries like a 25% race just randomly online, or?
I don't know. I don't really race during the week myself. But like me and Sensi, before we started forming the racing league with Sly's group here, we did about 3, actually 2 complete co-op seasons, and we started the 3rd. But then this league got formed, and I joined it. Never had any issues, never had any disconnects. 100% races in that.
That's so weird.
Seasons, yeah.
I was wondering if it was like maybe a routing issue between him and Sly or something.
Yeah.
You know?
I was thinking like maybe trying to host.
We're in the same country, so we should have the best connection together.
Right. That's what I was thinking too. Like, I mean, there shouldn't be any routing issues. You should be pretty direct, I think.
Yeah, that's it. But we do have Steam in this country. In the UK, Steam just shuts down.
Really?
Well, I have that too.
Yeah, just shuts down. About 5-6 times a day I'll get Steam, just goes straight off the Steam servers, which when the Steam servers go off, it also disconnects you from the game if you're online.
That I never have. It usually throws me off the chat, and I can open the friends list anymore, and then like, boop, there it goes back. Hello. So,
That's so strange.
yeah, well, Origin is worse.
So they do have Steam servers in Australia, right?
Yeah, there'll be
To be honest,
servers
I don't know.
all the way around the world.
I reckon they do.
So I saw that like when you change like your cloud server or whatever it is,